Good evening. Rice crop is raised either by direct seeding or by transplanting of seedlings. Since the sowing season is limited and the available manpower and animal power has to be utilized uniformly over the entire crop season, the farmers should give emphasis for performance of these methods in right time, looking into other aspects of the processes, that means by use of implements in case of various operations that is needed in case of rice cultivation. So in case of rice cultivation, puddling in rice cultivation, it is one of the basic and most essential operations in case of rice cultivation. It is only practicable in irrigated lands that are, say, in case of irrigated agriculture, because it is not at all practiced in dry lands or in case of dry land farming where there is no facility for irrigation. So it is confirmed and it is an established fact that puddling is taken up with standing water in the field both during Kharif and Rabi season. This puddling operation facilitates the transplanting process of rice seedlings. So what is the aim of doing so? This means this puddling, because puddling operation creates an impervious layer in the puddled field, and side by side it also creates and it facilitates for temporary conservation of moisture in the field, because this moisture conservation or say standing water availability is most essential in case of rice transplanting system. So what are the processes and what are the operations needed in this puddling operation? Puddling operation, it includes breaking of the soil lumps into finer aggregates, burying of weeds and green matters into the soil, side by side, ensuring leveling of the field at the same time. So, what are the conditions behind it? The depth of puddle varies from 10 centimeter to 15 centimeter depending upon the share used in the plows. Share means the portion which penetrates into the ground, that is called share or share point. The second one is the quantity of puddle is assessed by degree of finer aggregates formed in the process. Only this is needed to check the percolation losses of standing water available in the field. And what are the tools and implements that are necessary? Wooden plough, generally wooden plough or the indigenous plough is commonly and widely used in almost all the parts of the country, especially this is seen more in south parts of the country where rice is the principal food for the people of South India. So at first the plough is used for opening the soil, then the ladder is used to ensure leveling of the land. But the turnover by these implements is low compared to the other improved implements and puddling operations. Why? Why the turnover is low? The points are because the clay and the weeds very often or say repetitively hinder the movement of the plough because of their plugging and sticking into the ploughing ploughing equipment. Secondly, it increase this that means the sticking and clogging operation of the clay content. It increases the draft behind the pulling capacity of the bullocks. It demands frequent cleaning and of the those soil masses which sticks into the plow. This involves unnecessary wastage of time. So the ladder used for leveling the transplanted field sinks more than the desired depth. Simultaneously, it fails to ensure smooth leveling, which is mostly needed for efficient water management practices. The Desi plow requires 4 to 5 operations in opening up the wet soil and stimulating the same adequately to a desired depth. Moreover, the man hour involvement and the animal hour involvement vary from 130 to 140 man, man hour requirement, and just it needs the double of the bullock hour involvement, because one man and two bullocks are engaged to get this work done. So it is actually 130 to 140 man hour involvement and 260 to 280 animal hour involvement is needed for performing the puddling operation in 1 hectare of land. And now you calculate the amount needed for getting this work done. So what are to be taken into consideration? Because this huge amount involved in puddling operation, we will have to reduce it in some way or other by adopting improved animal drawn implements, or say the improved puddlers with less time and less cost. That actually this improved puddler or implements can be used in any condition of the soil or in any soil and in any field condition. So, but there are also some limitations in respect, that limitation with reference to the time and season. The season for puddling and transplanting is same and limited because it is done simultaneously. That means puddling operation is followed by immediate transplanting operation. Otherwise, the moisture present in the soil will again vanish from the field gradually by creating a situation which is not at all suitable for the seedlings. This also, that means the transplanting should be subsequently done without delay after puddling, because delay in puddling operation delays the transplanting, affecting the yield of crops. So available animal power needs to be substituted by use of power driven or power operated machineries or equipments such as power tillers and tractors. What are the benefits behind it? These machineries bridges of the gap between the optimum power needed for the operation and the power locally available in any of rice growing areas. The rotavator attached to the power tiller ensures desired depth and degree of puddling even in one operation. It saves time and cost of puddling operation compared to traditional methods prevailing now. Time actually varies from 9 to 11 hours per hectare. Apart from this, the weeds and the unwanted green vegetations cut into small pieces and churned several times to uniform soft mass by these improved methods of puddling operation. Thanks.